All right, so it's about 2:30 right now, and I have been running errands all day long, and I need some good food because I have had 2 protein shakes today. Actually 3 protein shakes today because I had a post-workout shake, and then protein pancakes and some fruit snacks, and that's it. So I really need to make myself some actual food, and I was thinking I would make a healthy version of a chopped cheese sandwich. And if you aren't familiar with the chopped cheese, it's very popular in New York. I was recently introduced to it, the high quality non-healthy version of it, which is ground beef chopped up, add a bunch of American cheese in there, you know, like the really cheap stuff that is super good for you, and then you add lettuce, tomatoes because health, and top it with some mayo and ketchup and mustard and put it on a sub and call it a day. It's delicious, but it is reserved for those times when you really need a comfort meal, and I can't do that all the time. So we're gonna try and make a healthy version today, which means I need to go to Walmart to pick up the ingredients.
Use the middle lane to turn right.
Okay, so maybe I was spoiled because I grew up. Oh no. Hold that thought. The light just turned. What is with the free vacuums not actually being free everywhere on the East Coast? In South Carolina and here, I have yet to come across free vacuums that are actually free to use unless you buy a car wash. It's not how it works in Illinois. If it says free vacuums, you can go and vacuum your car without buying a car wash. I want that. Safety first, kids. Use your turn signals in parking lots. So they didn't have the usual buns, so I had to go with something else. I think it should be good though. Done. It's hot. I think the plan is to go to the same spot I cooked at yesterday because that was quiet and secluded, which are 2 things that we love. So let's do that. So I was really grateful because earlier today I called the Toyota dealership and I was like, all right guys, so technically this thing isn't due for maintenance for another 500 miles, but that's past my Toyota care, so can I just come in early and get it done so I don't have to pay for it? And oh, by the way, I only have like 140 miles till it's over 25,000 miles, which is the cutoff. And they were like, yeah, no problem. We got an appointment in 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay. So I had to scramble a little bit, but I was just really excited to get this thing in and not have to pay for it, which is always a benefit. So I'm just gonna pull out all of the spices that I want to use. So pepper, salt, onion powder, sure, and garlic powder. I also need the ketchup. So the way I kind of have this working in my brain is I'm just going to start the veggies and then cook the onion and then the chicken and then melt the cheese, maybe toast the bun if I'm feeling ambitious, and that ought to do it. So veggies first. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out all the stuff that I could use though, so I don't have to mess with it later. Sometimes I forget to pull out all of the stuff that I will want, and it ends up being challenging to scoot everything off of the tables to grab stuff in the drawers. So we're gonna combat that by grabbing it all now. I also am still using my little backpacking stove instead of my big stove. I haven't used the large camp stove in so long, the 2-burner. I am about to just leave it at home because it takes up so much space, but I haven't quite decided yet. Maybe a couple more months and I'll be ready to make that leap. All right, veggies. I'm not cutting this correctly, so just gonna put that out there early on. But I have learned how to hold a knife correctly, so. Come here. Got it. Go with your friends. Oh, I forgot oil. I told you I'd forget something. Thankfully, there's not too much stuff in here, so I can just grab it. Oh, that's not oil. Oh, it's over here. Well, that was a lot. That's okay. All right, so while the onion is cooking a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up this tomato. Salt. And I'm gonna have to twist. Oh, improvement over the last video, maybe. The onions are looking pretty good, basking in this copious amount of olive oil. I want to cook all the meat, but I don't want to cook all the onions today. I don't know why. I don't really have a good reason, but I'm going to cook them separately. It's time for some chicken. I am using chicken. You could use turkey, but this seemed like a good plan. Oh no, don't escape. Saved it. Okay. Like I said, this is going to be an attempt to make a healthier chopped cheese. As sacrilegious as that might be to some New Yorkers, I apologize if you're watching this video. I just bought a cast iron pan, and I think I should start switching over to that because this is just barely okay. Gonna let this brown a little bit on this one side and then flip it over to the other side as best I can. But for now, a little bit of housekeeping because I don't exactly have a ton of space. So I like to try and keep it somewhat clean as I cook. This way. This knife set is still one of my favorite road life gadgets. I use this every single day. And it's only like 35 or 40 bucks. I think they just raised the price on it, which it's still worth it. The chicken that I'm using today is not particularly lean, but I wanted some of that fat. I'll see if I can flip this Also, the only cooking utensil I have in this vehicle right now is a spatula. We're gonna cut this in half. I don't see this going very well for me, but we're gonna attempt. That was pretty decent. So as I said earlier, I was introduced to this meal after a few wobbly pops, as my friend calls them, or cold snacks. I think that comes from Vice Grip Garage, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I will forever call them wobbly pops though, because I like that. This particular meal though, I'm hoping is going to be more of an everyday sort of vibe, but we'll find out. I haven't done the macros, so it could still be bad for me. We'll see. At the end of the day though, I don't care too much just because I do know that this ground chicken will definitely be a lot better for me than the ground beef. And also I'm going to try and use mozzarella. We'll see how that is. This poor stove though, you can hear it squeak every single time I try and mash this chicken up. I'm probably putting undue stress on it, but it'll be fine until it won't. But until then, we're good. I drained off most of the grease, but I'm going to leave a little bit in there just so it doesn't completely get nasty and dry. Now I'm just adding some seasonings. This is garlic powder. I just added onion powder. And now we're gonna throw in a little pepper and salt. Since I do not need all of this today, we're gonna transfer some of this to the Tupperware. All right, so I grabbed my mozzarella. This is going to be the moment of truth for whether or not this actually melts all right. I'm going to throw in 2 slices. That might be a bit much, but hey, cheese is always good. Add these onions back in. So far, not good. So I did end up with these Hawaiian rolls, and I think it should be good. This is all they had, so it will be good. And I'm not feeling ambitious today, so we're going to not toast this. I am gonna pull out a little bit of this breading in the inside to give me some more real estate for the meat. The bun's good. Looky here. That looks a little bit better. It's slowly melting. Oh, we're cooking the cheese accidentally. Should pay more attention. Hold on, gotta set you down. So I can't find the mustard, but I do have mayo and ketchup. Whoa, ketchup. That melted up nicely. I didn't have faith there for a second, but it pulled through. Put this on our sandwich. There might be a little bit to eat because I don't think that's all gonna fit. Lettuce. And put our tomatoes on there. Chopped cheese sandwich. I would do this again. Oh, does it compare to the original chopped cheese? Not even close. But it does get it close enough to where I would eat this on a regular basis. There you have it. This is all I have for you guys today. Would I make this again? Yes. I definitely did not give it enough credit at the beginning. But now that it's all in one piece and I can consume it easily, it's pretty darn good. So, have a good day, guys, and I will see you in the next video.